All right, peace and black, peace and black power, everybody. Want to welcome you to another NCRBGZ Productions. Like always, I want to thank you for taking the time out your busy schedule for being here, because you can be anywhere else. Like the video, thumb up the video, share the video, leave a comment, give us constructive criticism. Just say something. Don't just be watching without saying that. With that being said, today is our current event show where we talk about different topics. So we're going to talk a little bit about Trump and Biden, a little bit about LeBron, a little bit about the Kenosha shootings. We might get into some stocks, a little crypto. But with that being said, I have esteemed guests. I have some panel members that's on the show today, and I want to give them the opportunity to introduce themselves to the family and let them know who they are, let y'all know who they are, and we're going to go from there.
Well, peace, family. My name is Lenora. Peace and blessings to everyone.
All right, thanks. Unmute your mic, Queen.
Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry, I was muted. Peace, love, and light to everyone. My name is Raina from Harlem, New York. Into healthcare, a little bit of crypto, some stocks, trying to get into the real estate business. And I think financial literacy is very important. And it's something that the whole community needs to learn to better our community and pass it on to the future generations.
Right back. Peace, family. This is Neb Ump. Came in to talk about some things and learn a few things. Hope the family doing well out there and being safe.
All right, and yeah, and we thank you, and I also thank y'all for being here, because y'all don't have to be here also. So I do appreciate y'all for being here. All right, with that being said, man, we're gonna jump right in it. All right, we know that right now we're in the neck of things. This is election season. Right now we have things are starting to ratchet up between Donald Trump and Joe Biden. The lines have been drawn in the sand, and right now things is getting interesting. So with that being said, I want y'all to weigh in. What do y'all think about this presidential election? Is it something that we should be concerned with? Is it, should we not vote? Or should we vote as a block? Or, what should we do? I'm just opening it up to y'all, then I get my comment last. But what do y'all actually think as far as this presidential election? Is it a big deal? Is it a small deal? With this coronavirus, is how it all works. What's y'all thoughts on that?
I think out of just looking at the history with Biden and just looking at the history with Biden and Kamala and the mass incarceration and everything, I just think between them and Trump, I would prefer Trump. I know unpopular opinion, but when you look at Kamala Harris, when you look at when she was a prosecutor and she withheld information that the guy on death row, he could have been freed, and she withheld that information, and Biden and his 94 crime bill and the mass incarceration and everything, I think Trump is the lesser of the two evils, unpopular opinion.
Come on, y'all. I know somebody jump in.
Definitely. Go ahead, sister.
I agree. I agree with Queen. I do believe the better choice is Trump. I'm not gonna say he's just for the Black people. He's just for the people. He's for America. He's from here. He saved our asses. We could have been dead. I mean, what more can we really say on that? I mean, we have to go further than really what they're just showing us on the news, because they really not telling us all the facts. So you kind of have to dig. You definitely have to dig a lot more to understand what's really going on here. That's all I have to say.
I feel the same way. Trump is the country first. He's America first. And like y'all say, it's a very unpopular opinion. And Joe Biden, he showed his racist and stuff. And Kamala, they're all about the jail. So I think, unpopular opinion, Trump is the better choice between the two, if we had to pick one. But I do believe in group economics. It's more powerful than voting. I believe that's more powerful than voting. That's my opinion. I know a whole lot. It's very unpopular, and y'all jump on me on Facebook about it, but I don't care. It's all good. We need to start doing the Garvey way, the Elijah Muhammad way, and start building. That's my opinion.
I agree.
Y'all done put me in a bad situation, hey, because I want the show to be balanced, right? I like the show to be balanced, man, and everybody is pro-Trump in here tonight. So for argument's sake, for all my people who are anti-Trump, I'm gonna stand with y'all tonight, just for balance. Just because I just want to play both sides of the field. So check it out. So listen, I'm with I don't think that Trump, he's racist. Trump is a bigot. Like, he is pro-police. How can we really believe that Trump is a better choice when he is about locking us up? He's about authority. Like, with what's going on, he is one of the ones that's shouting out that shooter. That's basically praising that guy in Kenosha, because he's saying that the poor guy would have been killed if he wouldn't have had the gun. Like, Trump is pro-police. He is all against protesting. And as Black people, the protesting is being done on behalf of us. Now, they're protesters on our behalf, and Trump is against the protesters. He is pro-police. So, are y'all telling me? Now, I can't believe y'all put me in this situation tonight, because this ain't the situation I expected, to be honest, right? So, I don't know, man. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm with y'all, man. I don't listen. Fuck all that. I'm not with Biden. I'm not with Kamala Harris. I'm sorry, y'all, my Democrats. I'm sorry y'all gonna hate me. I'm with y'all, man. Trump is the better choice, hands down. When it comes to the policies, Trump policies is more geared toward Americans, and some odd reason, African Americans, we feel like we immigrants. We are not immigrants, y'all. Y'all have to understand that. We're not immigrants. We've been here since the beginning. So, like, I just don't agree with Biden. Me personally, though, I wish that Black people would vote as a block, that we would use our vote collectively as one voice, and we can take our vote, and then once we have our vote, we can go out and we can sell our vote to whichever candidate is going to give us the best deal. But by us being separated and we don't vote together, we all vote separately, I think the best choice would be Donald Trump, on a lot of different reasons. The main reason for me is because he is anti-vaccinations. I'm not with vaccinations myself. So I'm not for vaccinations. So Trump is anti-vaccination. That's a win on my side, right? Then you got Donald Trump. He is fighting this pedophile ring. His DOJ is going after these pedophiles, and they are taking and locking their asses up. So that's a win on. That's another thing that I agree with Donald Trump. You know, a lot of people like to talk about the things that they disagree with. I'm gonna talk about the things that I agree with him. I agree with that. And I think for him to go after that pedophile ring, that means that he is not with the establishment, because the establishment and that pedophile ring is working hand in hand, because it's a lot of big name people that's a
Right.
pedophile ring that's being caught up in what he's
And
doing.
if you go back to before he came president, and you see his moves and everything he participated in, he's in the clear.
Yeah, yeah.
He's in the clear.
Yeah. So that's two things. Then also the economy. At the end of the day, with this COVID and shutting down the America like we've been shut down, under any other president, we would have been in a recession by now, because it took a business-minded person to keep this country moving, regardless of the situation of where we can go. Because there's things that I feel like that we're headed in because of this coronavirus. And then the last thing is just simple with me. Joe Biden been in, a part of this system for like 40 years. So he's been in Congress, and he's been a part of this system for 40 years, almost 37 years, and he ain't
Right.
solved the problem. So now
Right.
all of a sudden we gonna hand him to give him the keys to the car, and this nigga been riding for 30 years and ain't stopped the accident, and now we gonna let him drive? Like, what kind of thinking do you have to let a blind person drive you around? Like, you can't see, you can't drive. And it's just that simple with me, man. So y'all can jump in, man. But nah, man, I don't see Donald. And then also, what do you expect from your president is the bigger question. When you go out here voting, you know, a lot of people put high regards on president. What do you expect from your sitting president? And that's something that as voters, you have to understand, and you have to know, what is your expectations of your president? You know, what do you think the federal government can do that can better or harm your life? Because first we have to go through the state. You know, the state has things that we have to deal with in our individual states before it's federal. You know what I'm saying? Before we deal with the federal law, you got to deal with the state law. And then you got to deal locally. Like, what is going on locally where you stay? Who are your politicians where you stay locally? Do you vote locally, or do you only vote for the president? You know, like, these are questions that has to be answered so we
And
can.
how does it serve us, really?
Yeah. Jump in. Go ahead. Let me mute my mic. Be quiet.
I mean, you know, we have a lot of work to do. I just think first of all, we need our own state. You know, we have a lot of work to do. I feel like we should definitely come together as a people and figure out what's best for us, regardless to what president we choose. You know, we definitely should be smart. I mean, we could all be dead right now. We could all be dead right now. We could all be sick as hell, running around here like, what the hell is going on? You know, I know when it hit, and I know I'm very involved in health myself, I was like, oh my God, you know, we could have been gone. We have a lot of work to do as a people. And we have to get behind who's going to work in the best favor for the people as a whole, period. And we have to look at that. We have to look at who has the best intentions, you know, who has the best worksheet, as they want to say, the best paperwork, you know, who's been not just working for us, who have not harmed us, you know, also. So, you know, it's a lot, you know, somebody, go ahead. It's a lot to say.
I'm gonna say this right here. I'm gonna be real quick. But how long we gonna be voting Democrat all our life? When we gonna start opening our minds up and thinking for ourselves? And I mean, really, 50, 60 years now, and they did nothing for us, but throw us a little bit of food stamps here, a little bit of food stamps there, pat you on the damn head, you know. And then after you get in there, they leave you alone, you know. So We got to think about ourselves. And when it comes to voting, like Brother Seharu said, that local vote really means something. That's what you need to turn out for. Your mayors, what's going on in your town, your city. That's what really counts. It's going to affect everybody the most, your local voting. But nobody go crazy when it comes to local voting. They act like it don't exist. And from what I heard, we don't put the president in anyway. I heard the president, that's some other stuff. You know what I'm saying? Y'all can chime in on that if you want.
Mm-hmm. I mean,
Hey, Felicia, unmute your mic. Your mic muted. We can't hear you.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm saying I'm eating. I made Indian food. But I think that masala. I think that local politician is actually more important on a presidential or federal level, because I still feel like presidents are still elected, not elected. And then when you really look at it, it's not the popular vote that really counts anyway. You know
Facts.
what I'm saying? It's not really the popular vote that really determines. When you look at like with Hillary had more popular votes than Trump did. But who won? It was Trump because of the Electoral College. So if we really want to see change, I think it would start in the local communities, like your mayors, your governors, your senators. I'm in New York, so we have borough presidents. For each borough, we have our own president and district councils and stuff. I think that's more important. And we want to see the community come out of poverty, set up certain programs, certain trades and everything else to pull ourselves out of poverty. Because when you look at one of the main causes for crime is poverty. So like you said, financial literacy, these are things we should mentorship programs. Instead of our young men having to turn to the streets, a lot of them don't have father figures or positive male role models. Will have mentorship programs, big brother programs. These are the things that are vital for us to see that change and progression occur. You know what I'm saying? But as far as Trump go, I just think that he's been doing more things. I'm not really looking at Democrat, Republican, or whatever like that, but my views are more conservative. Like you said, anti-vaccine. I'm pro-Second Amendment. I don't trust anyone who's trying to take our weapons away.
That's right.
I'm pro-Second Amendment. I do want to see a change, with the judicial system and everything. But I'm pro-Second Amendment. I'm not for abortion at all. And when you look at our community, one of the main killers is abortion. And the Democrats, Kamala, Biden, this is what they're pushing now, even to say that a baby after birth should still be killed. I'm not with that. So, yeah, man.
That's real.
So I'm all with Blexit. I know a lot of people are not Candace Owens fans because some of the things she said lately I don't agree with. But with some points she does make a good point. We've been voting Democrat for how long? And what have they really done for us? The far left, what have they really done beneficial for us? We're still in poverty. Most of the cities are in poverty. You look at Baltimore, you look at Chicago, you look at Camden, New Jersey. These are all Democrat-run cities. And look at the poverty level. Los Angeles, all the Black people in Los Angeles living in tents. What have the Democrats really done beneficial? So we need to change something.
I'm gonna chime in because you hit it spot on. You spot on with it. This is the only trap we can't fall into is this. Thinking that voting Republican is gonna change our status or our conditions where we stay financially. Because it's not. Because the Republicans and the Democrats are the same thing, just two different sides of the same coin.
Absolutely.
So they're going to play the same game. The only reason why I, in particular, is saying it is because we need to let the Democrats know they have taken us for granted. They have, because they know they have our vote. So they no longer have to cater to us as far as policy is concerned. They have that benign neglect policy going on where they're not going to do nothing specifically for African Americans. And that's why we need to take our vote away from them and let them know where if you're not going to do nothing for us, if the Republicans will specifically do something for us, we will give them our vote. Not to mention that originally we were Republicans anyway. You know, originally black folks were Republicans anyway. But that's my thing about it is that I don't, because like me personally, I don't care for the Democrats or the Republicans, to be honest, because they represent the same thing. It just one is straight up. My only thing is this: in the streets, when you live your real life, I can deal with somebody that is straightforward with me. Meaning, if you let me know how you feel, you let me know where you stand, I can deal with you. But don't nobody like a motherfucking backstabber. Don't nobody like somebody that's smiling your face and trying to stab you in your back and undermine you soon as you walk away from them. And that's the way I feel how the Republicans and the Democrats are right now. I feel like the Republicans are straight up with you. They telling you how they feel about you, and they straight up with you. So you know where they stand. So you know, I know where you stand, and you know where I stand. We can figure out how we get along. But these Democrats, they have been smiling in our face, and they all about immigration. That's all they pushing is immigration. They pushing this damn gay agenda, and they are not doing anything to help African Americans specifically. They are not. And you asked Kamala Harris about reparations, she started deflecting. Oh, well, you know, what the hell? Like, what are you deflecting about? But yet they gave the Indians reparations and so now you have them talking about, well, if we get reparations, other people got to get it with us. Like, yo, it's just too much. Hold up, calm down. Too much. Stop. Like, listen, either you're gonna do something for us or we're gonna pull our shit away from y'all. It's just that simple. Now, something else the sister was saying, when you got poverty and drugs, I think Dr. Umar Johnson talked about this. He said when you have poverty and you have drugs, he said when they collapse, it's violence. He said they are the two things that you have in a community is poverty and drugs, and it's automatically gonna create violence. And that's what's going on with our communities. But I don't think the Republicans is gonna solve our problems. I think we need to leverage our vote to the point wherein at least we can sit down and listen to them. But specifically for this era that we in right now, with this president election, Donald Trump is the best choice. Financially, he's the best choice, and he's a businessman. Whether you don't like him, if he's racist, I don't care about all that shit right now. But when you're talking about business savvy, he is business savvy. And right now, United States needs somebody to run this country because it is a business. And we are doing real bad on the whole.
Very bad, very badly, very badly.
But come in here, Miss Felicia. I see your hand raised.
I agree with you. And I also want to add that when we talk about actual ways that policies that he's passed that benefited us, so far I've seen 91% of people freed under his crime reform bill are Black. So again, it's like, all right, on one hand, you have Biden and Kamala, and they're doing the opposite. So who's the real issue? Again, I'm not saying Republicans are like going to fix everything, but when you look at who's passing these policies as actually detrimental versus beneficial, like you said, the better choice is Trump right now. He's doing stuff that actually impacts us in a more positive way.
Yeah, I agree. Do y'all anybody want to got anything else to say on that?
I was gonna add one little thing. Watch out for the word people of color and minorities. People of color and minorities. They love that. They won't say specifically Black people. Benign neglect is real. And Kamala Harris, she denied us again. Can't do nothing, for Black people. She did it again, like you said. People of color, that means Asians. It's trickle down crap. Trickle down, you get nothing with crumbs, if that. And minorities, Minorities
sorry,
include transsexuals. That's okay. Minorities include transsexuals and white women. You know, a lot of people don't know that. But I'm done. That's it.
No, I'm just gonna add on that is why I say black people got to get out this idea that we are immigrants or minorities. We're no fucking minorities. Like we got to get
We
that out
have
of
got
our
to
head.
educate ourselves. We got to educate.
Yeah,
We got to read more, man.
like we're not no minority. Actually, we the majority. So if you're gonna use the word, use it correctly, because we are actually the majority. Because majority of the humans on this world are of a darker hue. So we are actually the majority, not the minority. But even on the sense of voting, as far as they consider, African Americans would not be what you would consider like some of these other folks that's been here. Because I'm about to say we've been here.
We've been here.
we've
We've been here.
since day one. Like we've been here. So like, and I think we have to understand that and stop looking at ourselves like we're second class citizens and actually understand that we are top of the line. We're not second class, we're first class. And once we understand that, I think the mindset when it comes to these policies that being passed will change, because the Democrats, if you're an immigrant, yeah, you need to be a Democrat because that's all they're for. I mean, but that's that. But do anybody else got anything to say about Trump and Biden so we can move on to something else?
Move on.
Okay, so we're gonna move on. Okay, we wanted to talk about actually, I guess LeBron James and the NBA. You know, I was happy when they boycotted that Wednesday. They didn't play no games that Wednesday or that Thursday, and it was actually Milwaukee Bucks that made that call. Giannis with the Milwaukee Bucks, because some of their players have had ran-in with the police. So they have had firsthand interactions with the police. So that's why they were so adamant on their stance. Now, what I saw is that initially the Lakers and the Clippers, Los Angeles Clippers and the Los Angeles Lakers, was willing to cancel the playoffs altogether. They wanted to just say, no, we're not going to play at all. Like, we're just going to leave the bubble. We're going home. But I found out that eventually they changed and got to the point wherein they decided that they're going to play. Now, Cam, you want to jump in? Because I wanted you to talk about what you were saying earlier as far as LeBron. I did hear that LeBron, specifically LeBron, I heard that his tone was different. Like, I don't care what y'all do, I got mine. Like, you know, I'm already rich. So like, you know, that's what I heard, that his tone was different and he was more of like, yo, I'm already good, so it don't matter. But yeah, some of the younger players was turned off on that as far as the way he was talking, because it's like he was downplaying them. But the younger generation of players is the one that's leading the change. But jump in on there.
Well, I feel, I'll make it real quick, but I feel, no, I can't take nothing away from LeBron. He does a lot for the community and people around him, not taking nothing away from him. So don't think y'all be jumping me to I'm a LeBron hater and all this kind of stuff, right? But yeah, he went along with it. I don't think it lasted 24 hours. He got a call from Barack Obama. Somebody told Obama to, you know, I don't know, but he called LeBron, and LeBron changed his mind real quick. About, yeah, well, let's go, let's play. Just like that. He went from Ali or whatever he wanted to be, right? Ali, Kaepernick, whatever, to, hey, let's play, y'all. Let's go back to play. Just like that. That's kind of crazy, you know what I mean?
Wow.
But at the end of the day, I think LeBron's going along with, you know, I'm going to go and be honest with you. LeBron won that fourth ring anyway. He won that ring. He knew he wanted to play. But at the same time, he won't be unpopular because he has done some things for the black community, you know, that we can't take away nothing from him, whether you're a fan on the court or not a fan on the court. That's just sports and play. But he's done some things, but he ain't standing on equality. To me, that's kind of punkish, you know what I mean? And he also said that we as a people, as black people, that we're all scared. I ain't appreciate that. Everybody ain't scared.
Oh, wow.
And that's all I'm going to say about that.
Get away.
Well, what he did, he had a press conference, and then when they initially showed the killing of the brother, LeBron was just saying that as black people, that we are afraid here in America, because of what can happen at any moment. That's what he was
Right,
talking
got
about.
you.
So
Ha.
when he said that, I understood that. Now as far as the Obama call, I didn't know about that, but I will tell you this much: the reason why they are even playing in the bubble is for LeBron to get his fourth ring. That's the whole reason the NBA season is restarted. It's for
Oh
LeBron
yeah.
to get his fourth ring. That's the purpose of it. But the larger picture, now, before I show the video, I'm gonna tell y'all what the larger picture is. When you study history and you look back into Greece, when they had, I talked about this on a show one time before. When you go back to Greece and you look at when they had the Colosseum, whatever, I can't even pronounce the word. I'm gonna leave it alone. But when
Coliseum?
yeah, Colosseum, they during that time, what had happened was the rich was taxed. The state was taxing the everyday workers so much that they started boycotting. They said, "Listen, I'm not about to pay y'all taxes because they was charging them so much money." So what happened was they gave them reparations. See, we don't know this unless you study history. You would know this, that they gave them reparations. They was giving them stimulus checks like what we're getting now. But during the time that they was giving them stimulus checks, what they did was they reopened the Coliseum so they can have the gladiators fighting. So while the economy was messed up and people wasn't making money and the government was giving them stimulus checks, everybody was watching the games in the Coliseum. They was watching the fighters fight to be distracted from what was actually going on. And I told y'all a couple months ago when they started talking about reopening the NBA in the bubble, the baseball, and they letting the NBA have Black Lives Matter on the T-shirts, and they have all these slogans, and they got Black Lives Matter all on the court. And I told y'all that the NBA and the NFL was fighting for that money right now because this is Greece all over again now, and they have to have the gladiators, which are our sports figures, because the entertainment business is shut down right now. If you pay attention, the entertainment business is completely shut down. And they use the entertainment business usually to keep us occupied from what's really going on. So we're so much into TV, entertainment, and music, movies, and all that. But we don't have that now as far as the movies. You still got Netflix and all that, Hulu and all that stuff. But you don't have that the entertainment like it usually was. But what you do have now, you have the NBA. You have the playoffs, right? You have baseball, you have tennis. So they're using our modern day gladiators through sports to keep us away from what's going on. And what's happening is that's tricking them up is that the younger black sports players or the younger black athletes are tired of it. They just like us, they tired of it. And they not gonna let this go on like it has always continued to go on. And this is the wrinkle in their plan that is happening right before their eyes. And it's not gonna stop because they're at the point now where they're not gonna allow them to use the gladiators per se to keep us distracted because now our gladiators want to be a part of the fight to see what's really going on. And this is how this whole thing is playing itself out. And I'm sorry, y'all. You know, I can go, I can go into some stuff, especially with this gladiator in Greece and what's going on with us right now in America, and the way they're giving us these stimulus checks and how they're trying to keep us docile. All this stuff is connected, right? But I wanted y'all to jump in. Yeah, y'all can jump in before I play this video because I do got a video I want to play.
Go ahead. Oh, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh, the brother just came in. Somebody just joined. I want to unmute his mic and say hi to the family.
Xavier.
Where you at, bro?
What's going on, brother?
How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? Memphis in the building. Memphis in
Memphis.
the middle.
Man, everything all good. How about yourself, bro?
Man, can't complain, King. Can't complain.
Yeah, but I'm Xavier, man. I'm just, here to listen, see what's going on.
All right, that's what's up. So look, I'm gonna share my screen right, and cause we're going into Kenosha, right? This is where I guess we're headed, I guess. But I wanted to share a video, man, to show you who the real gangs are. We got some gangs, and we think a lot of times we think we the gangs. We ain't the damn gangs. I'm gonna show you who the gang is right now. Let me let this thing.
U-Haul truck loaded with supplies for protesters in Kenosha has.
Can y'all hear that?
Yes.
Okay.
U-Haul truck loaded with supplies for protesters in Kenosha has been seized by law enforcement. The two people inside arrested. 12 News' Nick Bohr is live in Kenosha. And Nick, you talked to the leaders of the Milwaukee church that sent those supplies down. What explanation have they been given?
Well, Joyce, they haven't been given an explanation at this point. First, I want to set the scene for you here. You can see some of those National Guard troops you were just talking about out in front of the Dinosaur Museum here in Kenosha. There's more of them there. And across the way at Civic Center Park, there are the protesters you mentioned who are gathering at this hour. We did ask the Kenosha police chief today why their $1,000 worth of food from that Milwaukee church that was destined for protesters here was intercepted. The photos released by Zhao MKE Church in Milwaukee show a U-Haul loaded with supplies they were sending to protesters intercepted by police or federal agents in Kenosha Wednesday. The two people inside arrested, the truck and supplies seized.
And we happily loaded it up with what we had.
Pastor Jonah Overton took us inside what they call their supply depot for protests.
I'm going to stop there. I ain't going to play no more. I just wanted y'all to see that the police gang, the gang of the police, they took a U-Haul truck that was full of supplies that was going to the protesters in Kenosha. They seized it and didn't give them the supplies. They locked the two people up that was driving the U-Haul truck. And the police chief, when they asked him about it, he said he was unaware of it. Now, mind you, this is the same police chief that said that the reason the protesters got shot was because they was out past curfew. Now he was on that. I should have played that video. He said the reason the protesters got shot was because they was out past curfew, and that's why they got shot. So they're taking that little white boy, which was 17 years old, by the way. So he wasn't even legal, old enough to even carry a gun, for one. AR-15, and they're trying to make him out to be a hero right now, saying that he was protecting himself. And I showed the video of the shooting, and you can see that he had shot somebody first in the head, and then they were chasing him after he had shot someone. That's why they were chasing him, because he had just shot someone. So then when you see him falling down on the ground and they trying to take the gun from him, was because he had already shot somebody. So that's why they was after him. But, you know, a lot of, if you ain't seen the video, you don't know. I'm sorry, police, I see your hand raised. Or that was from that earlier.
It was some earlier, brother.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Okay, all right. But yeah, so they trying to make that boy out to be more than what he is. At the end of the day, he's a criminal, he's a thug, he's a killer, he need his ass. Like that's what needs to happen. Like, he shot these folks. Like, if this was a black man that was 17 years old, mother drove him from another state into this state now, because they do charge you when you go from different state to different state with breaking the law. Like, they charge you for each state that you drive in. So like, but he came from another state, mother drove him there, 17 years old. How can he have a legal firearm, and yet somehow they are missing the fact that this guy was 17 years old? Like, I don't, and listen, see, this the other side of that coin. Trump and them is praising this white boy. Now, I wonder, is Trump pandering to that demographic of people for votes right now? I mean, but he is basically like championing this young boy around. Like, yo, what's wrong with this food? I mean, let me be quiet. Y'all go ahead.
Go ahead, Sister Lenore.
I mean, you know what type of state, you know where we're living, you know.
Just remember, keep a low profile.
It's not shocking, which is very sad, that a white kid would get away with something, or Caucasian, or whatever you want to say, would, at whatever age, would get away with killing someone and get away with it. Yeah, I don't have much to say on that, man. It's just white America. That's just how it goes until we start fighting back, until we start standing, until we start doing our part, and teaching our kids, learning the law.
I definitely agree. I feel that business is not real life business. And Seharu, you should be surprised, man. That's their business. And that boy representing that, they call him a patriot, patriotic, whatever, pro-American. And he shot some Antifa people, you know, which they are un-American. They're like against the law, right? You know, a bunch of like hippies, you know what I mean? So that war there, he killed, not trying to sound mean, but he killed his own people of different rivals, different views, you know what I mean? So we should just stay out of that situation. We know it's gonna be privilege in that situation on either hand. That's all I'm gonna say about that, man.
Xavier, you want to jump in, brother?
Now go ahead. I just jumped back in. I had my other phone died, so I missed what y'all was talking about, bro.
Okay. Miss Felicia. If not, that is part of the problem. We are in the middle of another civil war, and y'all know, man. I take stuff and run, man. So that's what's going on, though. We actually are moving back. We're moving into the time of a second civil war. And that's what's going on in America. And if you pay attention to the first civil war that we had in America, they tried to say it was to free the slaves. Remember? They used the slaves as a reason.
As they always do.
Yeah, they used black folks as a reason to fight their war. But it really wasn't about black people, but we were just used as the reason for the war. Well, you pay attention, fast forward to 2020, it's the same thing going on all over again. They're using black people and our struggle with police brutality. They're using that as a scapegoat to fight their bigger war between the extreme left and the extreme right. It's going on all over again. It's playing itself out in 2020 all over again. Now, and back in the 1800s, what we did was we picked sides. You know, you had some people that fought with the North and some people that fought with the South. You know what I'm saying? Because they was offering, the North was offering the slaves, if you fight with us and we win, you're gonna get your freedom, right? So you had black folks that was split, fighting on both sides of that war. Here we are, 2020.
Yeah.
Same situation going on all over again.
Yeah.
I hope we learn as black folks not to allow them to split us up again.
Okay.
And we stand together and we let them demolish each other. If they want to go to war with each other, because you know that these militia groups, The whole purpose of a militia group is to go against the government. They can say what they want to say. I was in the military. Let me tell you something. Listen, the purpose of these militia groups is to stop tyranny from the government, because in the Constitution it says that we are allowed to create a well-organized militia to stop tyranny in case from the government in case our government gets crazy. And that's the purpose of these militia groups, is to go against the government, right? But right now you have these Antifa people that are far left that basically want war. They just want to destroy, and they want destruction. They mad about something. Hell, I don't know what they mad about, but they mad about something, right? Then you got these Republicans or these far right people that are still mad because they bitter because of that initial war that was fought. They still bitter. So, and all they fighting for is to see who's going to dominate us in the 20th century. That's what their war is going to be about. Who's going to dominate the black man in the 20th century? That's all they're going to fight over, right? So our job is to sit back. You can't discuss battle plans on the internet. So I'm going to just say our job is to sit back and let them fight. Y'all go ahead. But we don't need to get caught up in it. But they're using our struggle. And that's what Umar said. They hijacked our struggle and our fight with police brutality. They have hijacked it. And now they running with it to take it somewhere else. And they really mad. Because see, you understand, they're expecting other things that have been happening by now. But we so docile as black folks that this shit wouldn't have been happening in the 90s. If we had social media in the 90s or in the late 80s, early 90s, and we were seeing this shit happen the way it's happening, people would not be recording. I'm that old, I'm gonna tell you. So,
and therefore it wouldn't be relevant. You can't prove it, so it didn't happen.
No, I'm saying what I'm talking about is motherfuckers wouldn't be recording with their cell phones as the cops beat motherfuckers up. Back then, niggas would have been dropping them phones, whooping them cops' ass. It was we had a different mindset back then than we have today. We are more complacent. We're happy. We in the AC. We got iPhones. We got the internet. We don't want to fight. You know, we comfortable. I don't want. Why do I want to change anything? Man, I'm living good. You know what I'm saying? We done lost that hunger, man. But y'all go ahead, jump in, man, because I don't want to. Come on, Master. Y'all get in here.
I'm gonna say, we need to go and protect ourselves. Don't worry about that battle, the Antifa and the Patriots. That's not our fight. But protect our families. Don't get involved with that crap. Because you ain't get no friends over there. Trust me, you ain't get no friends over there. Just leave it to be and protect your family. I'm done.
That's what they want us to do. That's what they want us to do. If you think about it, I mean, if you look at it, it's more white people. I did my research. It's more white people that get killed by the police every year. More white people get shot by the police than blacks, but they only, promote the times a black get shot by the police. You know what I'm saying? They want us to see. They put it on the front line. When we get shot by the police, they want everybody to see it. They promote it. You know what I'm saying? But if a white man gets shot by the police, they don't even put it on the TV. You know what I'm saying? Look it up.
Yeah, and raw numbers, but percentage-wise, ours is higher. And in regards to our population size, percentage-wise, they claim with 13% of the population, and whites are 70%. Even though that's kind of skewed because they include Middle Eastern people and North Africans is Caucasian. That's a different topic, though. But in relative to our population size, percentage-wise, more of us get killed. And raw numbers, more of them get killed. But that's also because there's more of them in this country.
Gotcha.
But they're doing more of the killing also, so that's why.
I'm driving, y'all, so I might be kind of hard to see, but I'm gonna add on to that about them killing mainly more of them than us. But yeah, you don't see them being brutal and killing each other like that though. You don't see them shoot nobody in the car with your daughter in the back seat. You walking away, they unloading the whole clip in your entire back. You know what I'm saying? Like we can't spit no cops face or fight no cops and get away with it. They get away with a whole lot of stuff that we don't get away with. That's just not just with police brutality. That's with anything. And we raised in an environment to where we'll put more pressure on our own people. We think that every black person is supposed to be Jesus, and every black person got to be on time. We put so much pressure on ourselves, but we give everybody else a pass.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You kill your brother in the street. You know what I'm saying? Like you call your brother a nigga, but you go to work. You call your boss. That's my boss. That's my boss. Oh no, that's boss. That's my boss. Oh, that's my supervisor. You get what I'm saying? So like we tear each other. We tear down so much. And the scary part of it is, here's the scary part, man, is that don't nobody like black people. Everybody like black people, but don't nobody like black people. And when I say that, when I say that, I'm about to ruffle some people's feathers. Black people don't even like black people. Because even amongst ourselves, we got our own divisions. Black people don't, as they say, blacks don't like Africans. Jamaicans don't like this person. We got our own beefs. And then you're talking about people of like the Latin culture. Well, some Latins and Dominicans will say that they not black. No, we not black. That's not who we are. We not black. And some of them you get what I'm saying? So even amongst our own people, man, we have a lot of dissension within us. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. We do. And I'm a firm believer of, and until we learn to treat, until you can make sure that your household straight, the outside world don't matter. It don't matter. It don't matter at all. Because nobody else is gonna respect you. Nobody else is gonna respect you if you can't pay your own bills. You don't take care of your own kids. Why do I worry about what you're talking about for? So as long as I keep killing my brother and treat, and this is not for every black man. This ain't it. But I'm talking about what the media portray, what they portray, what they hype up, and everything the media say ain't false. It's not. But anyway, that's my piece.
Hey, you hit it right on the head. Look, and you took me right where I wanted to go, right? Because I wanted to change the conversation anyway. And so I'm gonna share my screen and I'm gonna play like 3 minutes of a video, right? And and he explained why cops kill us, why they shoot us down. So, and this will take us right where we want to go.
The first floor is always economics, because racism is economics. Racism has nothing to do with who you like or who you don't like. It has nothing to do with it. Only when they beat up on you now because they know you don't have any economics. You don't have a basis beneath you. When they drag you to shooting black folk, they're not shooting you because you're black. They're shooting you because of your social economic condition. You're powerless. They know the only thing you're going to do, they shoot 20 blacks tomorrow. Only thing you're going to do is go out and march.
Y'all hear me?
That's all you're going to do. They know that. You have no wealth. You build that business community.
Yeah, just to add on, y'all know alt-right leader, what's his name, Richard Spencer?
Yeah, he said
he's voting for ain't it something?
Hey, hold up. Was y'all able to hear that video when it was playing? Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Did y'all hear that video when it was playing?
Yeah, we heard it.
Yeah, I heard it.
Oh, okay. Well,
my bad. I'm sorry.
It threw me off. But look, I'm gonna finish playing it. Look, let me start back. I'm gonna rewind it a little bit. Because this is exactly where we had it though. And Dr. Claude Anderson breaking it down, man. But I'm gonna
because you're black, they shoot you because of your social economic condition. You're powerless. They know the only thing you're gonna do, they shoot 20 blacks tomorrow. Only thing you're gonna do is go out and march. That's all you're gonna do. They know that. You have no power and wealth. You build that business community and you build factories and industries in there. And you produce wealth and money and income. Then you take that wealth and money and income and you use it to benefit and lift your people. And you use it also to take the surplus capital and you go to the second floor in that 5-story building. On the second floor in that 5-story building, that's politics. That's politics. That's where your politicians are. Quit letting people mislead you about voting. Voting ain't worth a damn if you don't have an economy. I have run political campaigns for presidents, for governors, for attorney generals, for congressional people, for mayors and city council people. Voting in politics ain't worth a quarter in voting if you don't have an economy. It's money that controls your politics. You take your money on that first floor and the power number concepts that I'm trying to get y'all to buy into. You take that money.
Anybody hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, somebody
Okay.
the phone ringing.
I just saw Seth Haru walk away right then.
Oh man, I'm coming. No man.
I was checking to see if anyone was calling Messenger, but I don't see anything.
The first floor, you
Yeah.
buy every politician on the second floor. Don't worry about voting, buy him.
You good, brother?
Yeah, I'm good. We back, y'all.
Okay.
Be just like the mafia. Be like the mafia. Just buy him. If you can't, you don't have enough
Can I
money to buy him,
interject real quick?
then rent or lease him for a while.
Yeah, come on, jump in, cause I'll stop playing that. This
I,
good.
I overstand with the brothers saying that, you know, economics, how it's connected to racism or oppression, rather, subjugation. But look, we had Black Wall Street and that was still burned down, even when we had our own neighborhood and our own, you know, town and libraries and hospitals, and that was still burned down. Seneca Village was still destroyed, and they created Central Park out of that. That was our neighborhood as well. And you see so many cases of that. So I don't know. It has to be something more incorporated into that. Because we can be economically, you know, in a good place, and still our neighborhoods are bombed, destroyed, anything.
This Master You. I'm gonna answer this if it's okay, and if somebody can, you know, feel free to chime after I say in. But Sister made a good point. You're absolutely correct. We did have Black Wall Street. We had Soul City. I can't remember the other one that was in Florida. But then there was other cities outside of that. Then we also know that there's great neighborhoods right now in with Baltimore, was it Prince George County, like one of the wealthiest Black areas in the country, if I'm not mistaken. So she's right. You know, when we do have wealth, what are we going to do with it? The answer to that though is exactly what he said. You got to be able to vote certain people in. And Black Wall Street, we weren't part of, like, we didn't have really no political power. There was just wealth in that particular community. It's just like if a gang say I run a block, you run a block, but you don't run the state. You don't run the city. You run, like my crew run this one block. So your power exists on your one block. Black Wall Street existed only in Black Wall Street. But imagine if Black Wall Street took over all of Oklahoma and you had Black people who were a part of Black Wall Street. You know, Black Wall Street 1, Black Wall Street 2, or 3 or 4. They were judges. They were police officers. They were bail bondsmen. They were lawyers. They were politicians. They were mayors. They were governors. So basically, you infiltrate everything. Then nothing can come across your table. Then you have the power to remove certain things. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, how it's the same way the KKK do it. The KKK is in everything. FBI already said it. They're in the police force. They're judges. They're everywhere, and you don't even know it. And so, like, Black people have to do the exact same thing. And so, like, I'm a firm believer that Black people should be ran like the mob. To me, that's the only way to make things change. When he said it, like, I've been saying that, and Seth Haru can tell you about it, and Neb can tell you about it. Black people need to have, like, their own mob. That's what you need to do. And I'm not saying pushing out drugs and stuff like that, but what I'm talking about, same thing he said. You start buying up stuff, and people who are not in alignment with what you're trying to do, you let them. I'm not saying let people go. I'm not talking about killing them, but they are not for your cause. I'm not, again, like I said, I'm not talking about killing them or throwing them away per se, but they are not literally a part of your group. They're just not a part of it. And some people may not agree with that, but the mob has, like, rules. And so any organization you're a part of, it has rules. And if you want to be a part of what's going on, you have to fall in line. And if you don't want to, you can leave. And you have to start vetting people before you let people into your organizations. That's how the Black Panthers got messed up, got destroyed by the exact same way. So, I mean, I agree everything what Dr. Claus said. Everything he said is 100% correct. 100% correct. Right. And that lead me into one other thing, is that
not just black people, but anybody is I know a lot of people out here struggling. Yes, a lot of people are out here struggling. And that's a fact. But if you ever get any surplus of money, figure out a way to take that money and make sure that your kids straight forever. Make sure your family is good, so that no matter what happened, they're gonna be good. They're gonna be straight, and have a plan set for your family. So even after you're gone, like, your family has a foundation to stand on. A lot of us in black communities, we have nothing to stand on. We say our ancestors, but most of our ancestors didn't have no wealth. And we can talk about Kemet, but Kemet is a long way from here. Kemet ain't benefiting me today in terms of like money. And I'm not attacking Kemet. I'm talking about any black. Marcus Garvey is not putting money in my pocket. His ideology can, but there is nothing for me to stand on. You know what I'm saying? We supposed to stand on people's shoulders in terms of like wealth, knowledge, et cetera, et cetera. We're scrapping at the bones trying to figure out who we are. You get what I'm saying? So until we can figure out who we are and have a foundation set for our kids, we're gonna be singing the exact same song. Because literally, without money, because money makes the world go round, and money is equivalent to power. It is what it is. And until we have like money and our money can speak for us, then I agree with Dr. Claude said. It will not change anything. You can't buy a politician for no $5 an hour, not no $100 an hour. You can't do that. No, you can't. You need money. Anyway, that's my piece.
And look, I agree right with you. And something else that about Black Wall Street and Surf City, and also in North Carolina in Durham, we had a nice spot. We got Rosewood. You even had areas up there with Dr. York and them in New York. Then they had their own land down there in Atlanta, right? You had Move in Philadelphia, right? You had a lot of different pockets of productive Black people doing things. But one thing I will say is we're in a different era now, wherein I don't see the same thing happening, but it would happen through infiltration, but we will play a part into it. But we have to get out of this concept that a rich man will never get to heaven. You know, this is that Christian ideology that has been holding us back, wherein we think it's bad to have money. We think it's bad to have money. For some odd reason, the sign of wealth is looking at negatively in our community until as of now. Because like, if we think about it, our priorities have been messed up. Many people pay a cell phone bill every month, but do not pay a life insurance bill every month. Our priorities are messed up. You know, when we die, we get GoFundMe pages. When you die, you have a bill. You know, most people, then the smart people, when they die, they have a will, or they at least have an insurance policy, something to help their family get a little head start on their passing. Like, but we don't even have that because our financial education has been limited. And then when we do get a couple that get the information, they leave the hood and they don't try to pull nobody up. Or if they try to stay in the hood and pull people up, everybody drown the person. They either rob them, you know what I'm saying? Or they want to freeload off the person, or they want you to keep giving everything for them or for free. And like, this is the mindset that we have to get away from. Dr. Carl Anderson is right. Like, that's the only way we're going to get out of this is through financial literacy. We're going to have to get our money up. And once we get our money up, then we can get our weight up. Once we get our weight up, then we can start buying politicians. We can start making moves. Listen, if everybody had life insurance, trust me, if these cops will not be killing us like that, if we all had life insurance and these life insurance companies had to pay out, listen, listen, these life insurance companies will hit these unions up and they be like, look, y'all better stop, because they will be losing a lot of money. And see, and that's the whole thing, the financial thing of this is where we have to get to. And that's why I wanted to play that video, because I wanted to move into finance, because this is where we have to go. We have to have money. Like, money make the world go around. Even if you get money and you invest that money in another country. Because you know, like our dollars, and when you transfer it to African countries, it's worth a lot. You know what I'm saying? Like in Ghana, for every $100, it's $560 in Ghanaian or CDs. Their money is CDs, right? But it's their money is CDs. So $100 of American money is 560 CDs in their money. Now, mind you, the way we spend $1 here, they spend one CD there. So that's the thing that we have to understand. See, they spend one CD there in Ghana, like we spend $1 here. But when you go over there, you don't know no better. So you think, oh, well, shit, one CD, that's nothing. I paid 10 CDs for something. When the Ghanaians only paying one CD for the same thing that you're going to pay 10 or 15 CDs for, because you be like, well, the ratio, they do that ratio. But once you take that money, you can invest. So even if you say, okay, well, I ain't got that much money, because a lot of people say, man, look, I ain't got $20,000 or I ain't got $10,000, right? Okay, you might not. But I know you $1,000 in American money is 5,000, close to $6,000 in Ghanaian money. $6,000 in Ghanaian money, you can buy a lot if you go over there. Like, so it's my point is this opportunities, we have to think outside of the box. We can't think the normal way that we've been thinking because it hasn't been working. The same with voting for the Democrats, right? We've been voting and voting and it ain't working. That's the same way with our finances also. We've been doing the same thing and it's not getting us nowhere. So we have to start shaking things up and we have to start doing things different. So with that being said, you know, stocks and bonds is where we at right now. With this financial crisis that the coronavirus had brought about, a lot of companies are going out of business, but also a lot of companies are making money now. So what it's doing is called I call it a changing of the guard, where certain companies are going bankrupt and you have new companies that are rising now to the top and making money. So if you involved or if you want to get involved in stocks or if it's something that you're interested in when it comes to stocks and shares and options, because I'm a big option fan. I love them options. But if there's something that you're involved, we have to get involved, family. We can no longer sit on the sideline. I don't have all the answers. I don't think none of us have all the answers, but I think collectively we have some answers that we can put together. And if we strategize, we can all start making strides to do better. And this is one thing I am proud of about my little circle that I'm a part of. We are all strategizing financially on all different fronts to make money because money makes the world go round. It don't solve all your problems, but it's a lot better than not having, because I done been there where I didn't have. I done been there. I done lived that life. And it feels a whole lot better, at least when you don't have to worry about certain things that you used to. Well, y'all want to jump in? I don't want to get technical into stocks. I'll leave that to Master You if you want to. I'm not gonna get technical into it, but just know that we deal with stocks. We deal with options. We deal with how money works. That's a good book. If y'all want a copy of that book, y'all let me know. And I will send you a copy of the book. You just got to pay for your shipping. And the name of the book is How Money Works. I'll ship it to you for free. You just got to pay for your shipping, right? But y'all want to jump in because I'm not trying to get technical into stocks and Bitcoin and stuff because it's going to take this conversation to a long, drawn out. And it's already been like an hour and a half for me.
I don't have anything to say.
Y'all ain't got nothing to say about finances, man. This is the apex of the conversation.
You know, it's a lot to learn. You know, just get involved. That's all I have to say. Just get involved and, you know, learn what you're doing. Just get involved. Just get involved. That's all I have to say.
I'm sorry, I was just trying to get my kids to bed. I do have something to say. Go to bed. So right now I'm currently involved with stocks. I trade with Robinhood. I got into something called Ethereum, which is the second most popular form of cryptocurrency after Bitcoin. So I actually know I have a friend, her name is LaJoy Campbell. She's been featured. She has, first of all, she has 12 streams of income, because the average millionaire has 7 forms of income. She has 12 streams of income. And I really admire this sister because she graduated high school at like the age of 18. She had her own house since she was like 18. This sister is incredible. She has master's, 4 degrees, degree in business finance, master's degree. Right now she's studying quantum physics and integrated medical field. And so I got involved with this sister, and she said, I'm launching this company called Staying Ahead of the Wave. I'm sorry for the kids, y'all. She said, I'm launching this company called Staying Ahead of the Wave. They're in their pre-launch stage right now. They go public in October, but she's one of the founders of Staying Ahead of the Wave. So she said her goal is to end poverty. Staying Ahead of the Wave is a company. They have, I think she said, 2,500 slots right now for people who want to be shareholders in the company before they go public in October.
What's the website? Where we can go get a share?
All right, so right now we're on Lion Share right now. We're just trading on Lion Share right now with the Ethereum, but they're gonna actually launch in October. They're going public in October. So she said right now is like the time